Something that's really important when we think about producing milk is not just that the cows are eating grass, but they need to be fed something as well. And here in Ireland we have what's called a grass-fed standard, but that actually is only 95% grass-fed. It still allows for things like chemical fertiliser to be spread on the land, and it still allows for 5% of the feed to potentially be soy that comes from South America and is ecologically quite destructive. So here on the farm we don't spread any chemical fertiliser, and also the feed that we're using when we do feed are these lovely Lucerne pellets. So Lucerne is a type of grass with really, really high protein. It smells lovely, doesn't it, Jim? And basically it comes from Italy. It's not ecologically destructive, so that means that our cows are actually 100% grass-fed, and that's really, really important to us in terms of what we're doing here. We don't want to be ecologically harmful, not just here in Ireland, but across the world. Something we have on the roof here of our 18th century dairy building are solar panels. And I love that mixture of old and new. I think too often we put obstacles in our way that, you know, there's no way we could do something with an old building, there's no way we can renovate it. I mean, our dairy used to be a calving house and now it's a dairy parlour. Our roof space used to be completely bare and now we have solar panels on it. And that's a really important part of the journey as well, because, you know, I talked earlier about, say, the Lucerne pellets and about feeding the cows 100% grass and having as small a carbon footprint as possible. But like that includes the energy that we use, because making yoghurt, making kefir, all of that's quite energy intensive. Even milking cows can be energy intensive, and heating water to clean everything. So we have 14 solar panels here. We have a battery as well that stores all of the excess electricity that they generate. And then we're going to be getting more solar panels next year. And the aim is to potentially have at least 80% of our electricity needs met by the solar panels. And then long term, I have a mad plan to put in a hydroelectricity design or project as well, but that's long term. Good boy. This is about 300 beech trees that we planted here maybe 30 years ago on the farm. So we've always wanted to create spaces for nature, and I want to continue doing that as I take over the farm. So there's 1,000 oak trees that have been planted. We planted 2 kilometres of native Irish hedgerows, and I also really want to champion the native Irish bee, which is under pressure as well. So we have various beehives. I guess for me it's just about rebalancing everything. So there's space for the cows and there's space to feed the cows, and they have freedom to roam across the fields, but also there's space for the animals as well. So we've built an otter hut to try and get the otters back onto the farm. They haven't been here since the 1990s. We have bird boxes. There's kestrels that are, I think, on the endangered species list as well, or the species under pressure list, and barn owls too. So it's about thinking not just about the farm animals, but about all the animals and all the wildlife, whether that's the bees, the badgers, the foxes, the birds. That's a really important part of what we do here at Tory Hill too.